everybody, welcome back to Legumapalooza Part 2. I'm Brian Hart.
I'm John Fitzgerald.
And we are the Plant Bros. We are, this is a continued video. You've probably already seen Legumapalooza Part 1, where John made his incredible curried, what was the title of it? Curried chickpea?
No, it was just
three-bean.
It was three-bean curry.
Three-bean curry.
Yep.
And then today I am going to make smoky Ethiopian red beans with polenta. And this is something that was inspired by a trip that we made to Chicago to see our daughter Cryle. Jane and I went up there, and we went to an Ethiopian restaurant, which I'm sure many of you have been to an Ethiopian restaurant with the injera bread and all that stuff, and they had this amazing stuff, and one of the little piles, as they put on those big platters, was like a smoky Ethiopian bean, and it was so good. So
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
People have recommended that I go to an Ethiopian restaurant. Never been. So I'm
you
excited.
gotta go.
I'm excited to try this.
You gotta go, because you can get it all plant-based.
Right. Yeah, that's why they recommend it to me.
You gotta try to. You gotta ask for no oil because they do use a fair amount of oil.
Okay.
So you just gotta be careful.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So
good news.
The first thing we do when we're starting off our by the way, let's back up for a second here. Legumes. Why are legumes so important? Why are legumes so important, John? What's in a legume?
Fiber.
Fiber. Excellent.
Fiber. No, and I think you mentioned in Legumapalooza 1, it's, you know, the blue zones, one of the common things that Dan Buettner finds is legumes. People eating legumes are the ones that the centurions and that live the longest, they eat the beans. So there's so many helpful benefits to beans.
Yep.
So.
Lots of vitamins and minerals, and interestingly, a perfect protein supplement. So these days, John, as I'm sure you've noticed when you've gone to the grocery store, America seems to be completely lost its mind about protein.
I think in any product on the grocery store shelves, you can probably get it with protein.
Right. It's going to say.
I haven't seen protein water yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
Well, you know it's coming. Like I just saw something the other day. It was like a Greek yogurt, and they said it had like 10 times more protein than. And I was like, well, who needs 10 times more protein than what's already in a Greek yogurt? Not that I'm buying Greek yogurt.
Right, but no, it's popcorn, protein popcorn.
What's up next? I think it's going to be like protein lollipops, protein
gummies.
Gummies, yeah. So the basis of any legume, like beans, is going to be sautéing some veggies first. So what I've got here is I chopped up some orange peppers, and some onions and some garlic, and I'm just going to put them all in a saute pan. And John, I always like to revisit this notion that you don't need oil.
You do not need oil. In fact, if you see that stuff bubbling in the pan, that's water.
I just put a little water in there.
It's just water.
And if it starts to stick a little bit, you just pour a little water.
And I think the best part of doing it without the oil, obviously we're well versed in the health side of it, but I also think you get more of the flavor of the onion, more of the flavor of the garlic,
You're not
more
just
of the pepper.
tasting the oil.
You're not just tasting the oil.
All right, now a cool ingredient for this dish is actually sun-dried tomatoes. And so I'm going to have John chop some sun-dried tomatoes. And since we've been really into axe throwing lately to try to keep things manly, John's going to chop with an axe.
All right, just put the bag down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna...
So these sun-dried tomatoes, by the way, are just plain sun-dried tomatoes. Remember, when you're purchasing sun-dried tomatoes, look for the ones that don't come packed in olive oil. And these are just regular, and they've got some preservatives, but other than that, it's just sun-dried tomatoes. And if you like sun-dried tomatoes, you know how incredible they are because they give this incredibly, like, almost tart tomato taste. It's great.
These aren't protein sun-dried tomatoes.
I know. I should have gotten the ones with extra protein because, God forbid, I don't take in at least 70 grams per meal, right?
Do you want all these cut up?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And the smaller, the better.
Okay, gotcha.
But the cool thing about these sun-dried tomatoes is that when you come across them in the dish themselves, it's like you're eating your smoky, amazingly delicious beans, and you come across a sun-dried tomato, and it's like that little hit of extra flavor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like hot, spicy?
No,
flavor?
not spicy. No, just like a little bit tart, but really great. Jane's not a big fan of sun-dried tomatoes.
Jane?
Yeah, we should have maybe figured that out in our prenup. Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to saute. Let me turn the heat up a little bit here.
How's that? It looks good.
Yeah, just putting a base in. And as John talked about during our last, I think I just took it out. There we go. In our last legume video, John mentioned how important it is to saute the spices. That you called it blooming, right? Getting the spices to bloom. And if you've ever cooked with any person of South Asian descent, we have a good friend who's done some cooking videos with Jane, and she often says you got to saute the spices with the onions and the garlic and the flavorful veggies. So,
well, I'll tell you, Brian, I've made curry before, not just the one we made in Legumapalooza, and I never used to bloom the spices. It makes a huge difference. Yeah.
So I just put a little bit of minced ginger in there too, because we all love ginger. Now, what I'm going to do is the key spices for this dish are smoked paprika. And John, you and I have discussed smoked paprika in the past. It's such a flavorful
I love smoked paprika.
Yep. And so...
Why? I like it so much better than regular.
Yeah, regular doesn't taste like much to me.
No.
So this is a little bit of cumin. Now, here's the special spice. You're going to have to go to your store and get the spice.
Sassy spice.
The sassy spice. This is the one that you got to look for. This is called, I believe it's pronounced berbere or berbere. It is an Ethiopian 12-spice blend. It contains paprika, sea salt, cayenne, fenugreek, coriander, cumin, black pepper, cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, ginger, and turmeric.
There's that fenugreek again.
Yeah, whatever that fenugreek is, fenugreek. And this stuff, you have to be careful because it is a little spicy. So if you're not into...
So that's why you're putting in 4 pounds of it.
Well, we'll water it down, I promise. But you'll already notice the smell of this is already like out of control good.
Yeah.
Oh, smell that, John. So good. And I'm just going to add a little bit more.
Ooh, that does smell good.
I'm just going to add a little bit more liquid just to saute the veggies. So now we've got our flavor base. And many of you might not know this, and I learned this later in life, is that tomato paste actually needs to be cooked a little bit.
Is that right?
Yeah, so I'm just going to spoon
out. For safety reasons or taste reasons?
No, it's just that I think it's uncooked as far as I understand.
Oh, okay.
I learned that from a cook that I worked for many, many years ago who said you should always kind of saute or scald, if you want to call it that, tomato paste.
Interesting.
Which I didn't know that.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so this is going to provide a really tomatoey base to our bean sauce.
Okay. Wow, that looks really good.
Yeah, yeah, and the smell is, of course, is amazing. It's so... I feel like I'm in an Ethiopian restaurant right now. I'm going to put a little bit more of the berry
wasn't it
in.
an Ethiopian restaurant that they Ted Lasso ate at with the newspaper guy?
Oh, no, that was Nigerian.
Oh, Nigerian, you're right.
The player was Nigerian.
Correct.
And
that's right, it was Nigerian.
Jalap rice is what they made in that, the special dish that he loved so much. Yeah.
It was so spicy.
Yeah, super spicy.
Yeah.
All right, so just, you can smell it as it gets softer.
Yeah, it smells awesome.
And then what I'm going to add is just a little bit of water just to thin it out a little bit. And so once you have this incredibly flavorful base, then you can put anything in there. But today I'm just going to use these red beans. And now that I've sauteed a little bit more, now I've got some crushed tomatoes. These are just regular crushed tomatoes, nothing else.
Did you think it would take me 4 hours to cut all the sun-dried tomatoes, or was that part of the recipe plan, the timing?
So I just put a little bit of crushed tomatoes in there to make the sauce a little thicker, and then that's probably good enough, John. You don't cut my fingers off.
Yeah, don't worry about that extra red you see in this tomato.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is bring this to a little bit of a simmer boil, just to make sure that the sun-dried tomatoes are softening, because they can be a little stiff. Some people like to soak them. And just add a little bit of water.
You're saying soak the sun-dried tomatoes before you put them in?
Sometimes people soak sun-dried tomatoes so they don't have such a leathery kind of texture.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was cutting them.
Yeah. But I don't mind that personally. It's almost like a little piece of vegetable jerky.
Vegetable jerky.
Yep. It's like, Jane says it's like eating an ear. I don't like that. Meanwhile, this is coming from the woman who will eat a can of those. What are they called again, Jane? Hearts of palm.
Oh!
Jane will eat a can of
Jane
hearts of
eat
palm.
those. They're just like, like chewing on a root.
She'll be chewing on them in traffic while she's driving. I'm sure people think that they start calling the police. Like, someone.
Oh my God! There's a fox.
Oh yeah.
A fox just walked across. Where's Fraser?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Jane said she's been seeing the fox the last couple of days.
Yeah, but where's Fraser? He's not going to get in a brawl,
He's so
right?
old.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah,
Fraser's
nice
like,
work,
heck with it.
All right.
All right, what's next?
So I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit, John.
All right.
And then we are going to add the beans. Now these beans, just so everybody knows, I cook these from scratch. You don't have to. You can get a can of red beans We have a market near us called Mark's. It's a discount market, and because they serve many of the Hispanic population, you can get them in cans, but you can cook them from scratch. I cooked them from scratch this morning.
So those are red beans, kidney beans?
Not kidney, just red beans. Yeah. Okay. And so I'm not going to add all of them because I don't want to overwhelm.
Overbean it?
Overbean it, yeah. So now I'm just going to stir these beans in, and then if we need to thin it out a little bit with some...
You need some more water?
Yeah, probably some more water.
You want to get some more?
How about some more? Yeah, thanks. And those Ethiopian spices are just so rich and amazing. Thanks.
Yep.
Just a little bit. Now, John, could you do me a favor and put in like a couple of tablespoons of barbecue sauce? This is just a plain old barbecue sauce. You can measure it however you want.
How many? Two?
Two tablespoons.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Ready? You tell me. 1.
Yep.
2.
Good, perfect. Because you don't want to overdo it. We don't want to make it too barbecuey.
Can you make it too barbecuey?
That's a good question. I don't think you can, especially if you're trying to get men excited about eating more plants, right? If you just put barbecue sauce on it. That's what our nephew Cole, he puts barbecue sauce on everything.
Yeah, well, doesn't he do barbecue sauce on his pizza?
Yeah, I'm putting a few more beans in here since we seem to have a lot of good sauce. All right, so this is just, this is the type of food that makes the world go round. This is the stuff that people have been existing on quite literally for hundreds and thousands of years, right?
Write a song about that. It makes the world go around.
It should. Wheel in the sky keeps on turning. All right, sorry.
Okay.
Little journey.
Well, it's not Bewitched. But
no, it's not Bewitched.
It'll carry us through.
All right, so...
Well, you have to go watch part 1 for what that's referring to.
We were talking about Bewitched. You know what?
Hey, we're all family here.
We're all family here. You know what I'm going to do, John? I'm going to put a little bit of maple syrup in here.
Maple syrup?
Yeah, because it just takes... Because a lot of people don't realize this, is that tomato is very acidic.
Yes.
So sometimes you need to add a sweetener into tomato dishes. And that takes away that, that tart.
The what again? Could you do that again? Wait, could you get a close-up of this?
All right, so...
Back in it goes.
Yeah, back in it goes.
It's heated.
I don't have any diseases you can't cure with a little penicillin, John.
Okay, I'm not.
All right, I think we needed some more spices. I like my stuff to actually really...
Like, you want to sweat while you're eating it.
No, not sweat like spicy, but sweat just... I want it to have taste. I want it to have significant taste so that people go, oh, wow. This is that the berbere, which is an Ethiopian 12
Wait, let me see
spice.
what's in that again.
Yeah, it's like 12 things in it.
Okay, so it's got the regular paprika in it.
Yep.
Wow, it's an interesting combination of flavors.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, that is interesting.
And as you probably know, John, I'll keep that on my side.
At this point.
In most countries that are hot, temperature-wise, they tend to eat more spicy food. Why is that, John? What do you think?
Because they're already sweating, so it doesn't matter.
That's a good Ohio interpretation. They're already hot and sweaty.
No, I love the guys that, sit there and eat their wings and are like, you're not really eating hot wings unless you're sweating while you do it. I'm like, I prefer not to sweat while I eat.
I prefer nutrition that doesn't make me
sweat.
Go into a panic attack.
Exactly.
All right, so now the way we're going to plate this.
Yeah, what'd you do with your plates? Okay. Greens?
What I did, and Wade's
do we need the greens again?
Yeah, get the greens, please. So what Wade is going to slot in is a picture of the polenta that I grilled earlier today. And so what I did was I took a panini maker and I cut a chub of polenta into slices, like little discs, and then I grilled them on a panini maker. And the panini maker, I didn't put any oil on it or anything. I just pressed it between the two panini sides. And so now we've got these incredible discs. And so what we're going to do is we're going to lay the discs.
Oh, you want the greens in first?
You can put them on the side.
Okay.
I don't like to, I was going to kind of like...
You don't like to layer, huh?
No, I like to like...
You're okay with your food touching, though? You're not
one of those
guys?
I'm not one of those people. Yeah. So it's a very beautiful bowl once you do it. So what you do is you put the...
Brian is much more about presentation than I am.
Yeah, so I put the little discs of polenta that have been grilled, and now they're a little chewy. And here, you can try one, John. Go for it.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
You put any seasoning on this?
Nope.
Wow.
Just grilled.
Nice.
So now, what I'm going to do
Are there enough
is,
greens? You want more?
I think that's good for the demo.
Okay.
I'm going to take our red
Woo!
smoky, because of the smoked paprika,
And the barbecue.
and
Right?
layer the beans into the middle with the, in these discs, you can almost pick them up and use them almost like a tortilla chip, or you could just cut them up.
All right.
And then what I would do at our house is I would get some balsamic glaze, which Jane's so
Wait.
graciously has
Wait.
some.
You put balsamic glaze on this?
Wait, watch.
combination?
Just on the greens.
Oh, okay.
Just on the greens. And so now,
So now you were saying you would dip these like tortilla chips. Would you also eat a combination of all of this? Like
oh yeah, I tend to like to mix my stuff together.
Okay.
So now we've got these incredibly flavorful smoky Ethiopian red beans in this tomato base. And then we've got the polenta discs, which again, when you crisp the polenta on the edges, some of the sugar in there gets what's that, caramelized.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a little sweet, and then the greens.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Could you stop talking? I
Sorry.
want to try this stuff.
Okay.
I'm just
Sorry.
kidding.
All right.
All right.
So again, we're trying to get legumes into our life. We're trying to make them attractive to all kinds of people, especially guys. It's got a little bit of spice in there that I think makes people like it. Go for it, John. How is it?
Hot.
Hot.
Oh, but my God. That is so good.
Super flavorful, though, right?
Oh, my gosh. I love the spices and the beans.
Yeah.
And that little kick of barbecue sauce.
Yeah, and not too spicy, right? Like
No, it's not. You know me. I don't like spicy stuff. That is not too spicy at all.
All right, John.
Can we try?
Victory.
Legumapalooza. Yeah, there's no Lollapalooza.
And by the way, I forgot to compliment you on your axe work with the sun-dried tomatoes.
Oh, thank you.
And remember, the sun-dried tomatoes are these little flavor.
I don't know if I've hit one yet. Would I know it?
No, you probably haven't.
Veggie jerky.
Veggie jerky.
Oh,
All right.
this is so good, Brian.
Everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. Try the smoky Ethiopian red beans, and you will love them, I promise.
Woo!
Take care.
See ya.